look, if Jimmy Carter can vote early, you can too.
Welcome back to Laugh While the World Burns, where every Sunday I show a few highlights of the idiocracy that is modern-day society. Please consider hitting that like button, and if you haven't already, smash subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss out on future episodes. We got some great memes and idiocracy news today, so let's get into it. The video clip that you saw at the beginning of this episode.
So look, if Jimmy Carter can vote early, you can too.
Sadly, is a real news video. And here's a news article also covering this. That was former President Jimmy Carter, who's now 100 years old, laying in his hospice bed, supposedly waiting in line to fill out his vote. By the looks of it, they already removed his life support. But we know that doesn't actually matter. They don't even have to be above ground to vote. So he's one notch above a lot of voters already. Thank goodness for a generation that played outside. Yeah, that, and he had a good reaction time too. I want to speak to the manager. The manager. Ozzy Osbourne endorses presidential candidate, but no one could understand which one. Remember, the 5th of November. I'd say most of you guys already know where this is from, but if not, it originates with a man named Guy Fawkes. He worked as a caretaker in the cellars right below the British Parliament. And because of what the Parliament was doing, Fawkes and several other men began secretly storing large amounts of lead dispenser powder underneath the British Parliament. And they were planning on setting off the fireworks show on November the 5th of 1605. Unfortunately, their plans were foiled by an anonymous letter that was sent to the Parliament on October 26th, and all the men involved were captured. Regardless, November the 5th became known as Guy Fawkes Day. Now, a lot of people know it from the movie V for Vendetta. I would play a clip here, but I'd probably get hit by copyright. The whole point of this being, ever since that I found out that the election was going to be on November the 5th, Guy Fawkes and this plot is the first thing that I thought of. I guess we'll just have to see how the script plays out. Today, my car clock is right again. My patience has finally paid off. That's right, guys. We're back at that time of year again. Tonight, the time goes back. So when you guys are watching this video Sunday morning, if nothing else, I hope you were at least able to enjoy 1 extra hour of sleep. For the first time ever, Annabelle was scared. For good reason. Remember, the people you're arguing with followed arrows to walk around a grocery store. Incendiary devices used to start ballot box fires in Portland, Oregon, and Vancouver, Washington. Just one of many similar stories. And here's another one. Election results shown on a Pennsylvania TV station were a system test. The station has said the results aired mistakenly 9 days prior to the election. Not the first time we've seen things like this. Trans woman sues Hooters after they refuse to hire them. If you don't have anything nice to say, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we can make fun of all this idiocracy together. This photo was taken in Illinois. J.B. Pritzker, which is the Illinois governor, made it mandatory to label all public restrooms as being gender neutral, even if it's just an outhouse in a state park. The Harris economy is so awful, even billionaires have to get a second job. The memes just write themselves. Just another sign of the sad times that we're living in. EV battery factory will require so much energy it needs a coal plant to power it. This literally takes the electric vehicle fuel meme to the next level. I read part of this article, and they said this plant will take so much power, it'll be equivalent to what a small city would use. And there was a coal plant that was slated to be closed soon, but now that has been delayed because they need the coal power in order to make these electric vehicle batteries. Then they'll need more coal to charge those batteries, just like most of the electric vehicles on the road today. Be careful when you follow the masses. Sometimes the M is silent. Most of the time. One plays a psycho, and one is a psycho. This can be said about probably most actors. Voting malfunction highlights Harris' name with Trump's election. Kentucky County Clerk confirms. Footage showing a Kentuckian attempting to vote for President Donald Trump, but having her selection switched to a vote for Kamala Harris went viral this week, prompting concerns about possible vote rigging, as well as potential deceptive video edits, with some partisans prematurely concluding this never happened. Laurel County Clerk Tony Brown initially suggested Thursday that the apparent malfunction reported at the Laurel County Courthouse Annex in London could not be recreated, but later confirmed the video was in fact genuine and that the glitch was replicatable. Why do they want everyone's lead dispensers? Because they're planning to unalive us, and they don't want to get hole punched. The world's shortest fairy tale. I'm not going to bother reading this. You guys can pause the video if you want to. For some people, because of the paths that they end up going down and things that they went through, this might seem like a fairy tale ending for them. But for most people, this also isn't the path that you want to end up in. Product reliability. This 80-year-old solar clothes dryer still works. Fact check true. I use one every week. Me as a kid seeing a scary movie and getting afraid of the dark versus me as an adult seeing my electric bill and getting afraid of the light. Silly libertarians always exaggerating how bad the... Wait. What? Michigan woman charged with caring for wildlife without permit. Animals unalived by state officials. Yep, you didn't get permission. However, in this circumstance, I believe that the reason that the state carried this out is because this person was able to use the animal in order to generate income. Because if I'm thinking right, this case was about a squirrel, which goes in with this meme. The Obama-Biden government caged children for safety. The same government unalived the world's most famous squirrel for power. I've also seen several news articles, and I believe the squirrel's name was Peanut. 100% fact. From the top all the way down to most of the local government as well. The Biden diet. If you can't afford food, you will lose weight. Wars, street crime, cronyism, bribery. Wait until the UFOs land next weekend. Well, the military already came out and claimed that aliens exist. But hardly anyone cared, because most people are more worried about paying for groceries, gas, and trying to pay their bills. The Green New Deal supporters want to end the use of fossil fuels, but electric cars are worse for the environment than gas cars. So we're going back to the cleanest car ever built. Women don't dress to impress men. They dress to irritate other women. I'd say that this is probably true. Why isn't there a pregnant Barbie doll? 'Cause Ken came in another box. Even ants know what you should be eating. 100% true. Just like eggs, beef, and many other whole foods. Me and my homies trying to hold off Mariah Carey through November. All California psychics agree this is Gavin Newsom's spirit animal. Where your taxes go. Remember in Demolition Man, where it's the future and everyone's a bunch of fat, androgynous, moo-moo wearing sissies, and everything is illegal? Yeah, it's not so funny anymore. People are so close-minded about this. Woman goes to charge her new Chevrolet EV for the first time. Why did the pump charge her $55? Basically, this woman was going on about how so many people are against electric vehicles. But then, while she's making this video, she goes to charge her car, and the charging station charged her $55 to only charge her vehicle to 80% over the course of 55 minutes. I hate waiting in line to get at a fuel pump for 5 minutes. I couldn't imagine wasting an hour every time you needed to fill up. And even then, she only got the equivalent of 3/4 of a tank. The Harris administration updated Department of Defense 5240.01, authorizing military lethal force against American citizens when assisting civilian law enforcement. Wonder what the government's gotta need that for. Boyfriend blames girlfriend after she catches him cheating in a language she wasn't supposed to understand. There are 492 billionaires on this planet, and not one of those losers has decided to become Batman. When I think about all the people who blocked me over one of my posts. The result of conservatives downplaying global warming the entirety of my life. We could have stopped this by using paper straws. Normalize this and normalize that. How about you feel shame for once? I can't believe it took me 35 years to realize it's actually PetSmart and not Pet Smart. Guys, I have a confession. I always thought it was PetSmart too. I hate it when celebrities get on TV and tell us to donate to some fund. You make $7 million a movie, and I make $12 an hour. You send the money. CO2 in greenhouses allows crops to utilize their photosynthetic potential. Adding CO2 to a greenhouse can be done by burning natural gas or liquid CO2. Supplying extra carbon dioxide is a frequently used method to increase the yield of greenhouse horticultural crops. Which, who would have thought that plants need carbon dioxide in order to produce oxygen and food, whether for people or for animals? This is something that most of us here on the channel learned when we were in 3rd grade. But yet, the masses today believe that CO2 is evil because the billionaires in the news tells them to. So with these simple facts in mind, when we hear and see on the news about how all the governments all agree that CO2 is a dangerous enemy that must be eliminated, since we know it's not about what they claim, what we should be asking, besides controlling the people, what is their actual objective? I hope that this isn't actually real. Fox Mulder and Dana Scully left the FBI to become lobbyists for the aliens. I'd almost rather do this than to buy those paper bags that falls apart before you can even pick them up off the counter. I always keep a bunch of Walmart bags in my car so I can use them when I go to Aldi's. People who don't work have no right to tell people who do work that they aren't paying enough taxes. A fool shares his problems, but a wise man shares his memes. America, but the money you pay in taxes goes to help Americans. Yeah, we're the only people that don't get any help. Here's one for you guys to watch.
It's a security camera video from Josh Blumenthal.
They drive up on the curb, they park here, they get out.
He says the different clips show people taking packages off the porch of his property in the Marmalade Hardware District of Salt Lake.
They have drivers, they get out, grab it, run.
These videos go back years, and Josh says he's keeping a tally.
I'm at 114 packages. So 113 got taken over the weekend, 114's coming up soon.
There's nothing of value in these boxes. In fact, it's quite the opposite.
I literally empty out the cat box straight into a box. The litter, the poop, everything. Just into a box, tape it up, put a label on it, put it out.
It's not just cat poop, it's dog poop as well, courtesy of this sweet girl named Duck.
Let's just have fun with it. I have to pick it up, put it in a garbage can anyways. Might as well put it in a box and have some fun with it.
Josh calls it an art series. It's been happening so long people have become suspicious, but they're still apparently tempted.
Multiple people, repeats, come and look at the package, they weigh it, they look at the label. If it doesn't have a label, they'll put it down.
Some have even gotten mad.
One guy actually opened it up while I was watching it live. I got a notification on my phone. He opened it up, stuck his hand in it, was like... And I speak on the speaker and I said, hey, I'm calling the cops. Like, good. I'm going to tell him you're mailing crap. It's like, I'm not mailing it. It's just sitting there.
Three years into college, and I still haven't sat on a patch of grass, smiling with my multicultural group of friends. Our generation is becoming so busy trying to prove that a woman can do what men can do that women are losing their uniqueness. Women weren't created to do everything a man can do. Women were created to do everything a man can't do. This is true, and it goes both ways. Everything was created to have a balance. And I'll end the video with this. Society thinks real wealth is sports cars, luxury houses, expensive clothes, yachts, and private jets. I think real wealth is peace of mind, healthy family, time, freedom, and strong body. It takes some people longer than others, but eventually, most people come to the understanding that the things we thought was important didn't have anything to do with the things that were actually important. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the videos with your family, friends, and social media. Also, from right now through the end of December, you get 10% off your Akornzstash merch orders. Just remember to use promo code AKORN10 before you check out. I thank you all for watching. You take care and stay safe. This is Akorn, over and out.